Questions?
Have you seen progress since the scrimmage? What would you say?
Yeah, it was better today. Yesterday was not bad, but it was better today. And I think if they had a chance to see the tape, some things that we needed to work on, and mentioned that on Saturday morning or early Saturday evening when we finished, whatever time it was. But the tackling and the tracking and simulating tackling was much better today.
You guys started working on any Eastern?
Yeah. We're getting. Matter of fact, probably about 60% of what we did today was, and what you want to do, and obviously everybody has the same issue, with getting great speed, and there's certain things we want to do against our offense. So, we're still working some ones versus ones, and so you can get the speed of the game. But in terms of what we're looking at, probably 60% plus is Eastern Illinois.
You know much about the quarterback that transferred from Washington?
From Washington, not a lot. The one JUCO quarterback that came with his coach is, what we're hearing more about than anything else. And there's not a lot of that's been put out in the media, but that's the one guy that they're talking the most about. And we've seen all this junior college film. We've had to use that film to prepare for the offense that they're going to be running. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, that's okay. I'm not looking ahead. But
with Randy Ramsey slowed up a little, I guess some other DNs have taken some reps. What have you made from that group, and when might you get Randy back?
Well, we're hoping that we're going to get him back, here in a day or two. He's getting close, and certainly, it gives those guys, younger guys, and some of them are not younger, but the guys that are behind Randy, it gives them an opportunity to get better. It's been good for Dorian because we've been able to, get him as many reps as he can handle, and that's been going up a little bit every day. So, you don't necessarily like to have a player out of the lineup, but it always creates opportunities for the other guys.
The other day you said you had been upstairs, I guess in the box, and I should know this, but were you on the sideline at A&M or were you in the box?
The first 2 years I was in the box, and the last year I was on the sideline.
How come you decided to make the change?
Well, I'll just say that we had some issues that I needed to handle on the field, and I think I think you can do it either place. I think it's a lot easier to call the game from the box, but the interaction that you have with players and the staff that you have down there will determine a lot of that, and I feel very comfortable about the guys that we're going to have on the sideline.
So you plan to be in the box?
Yeah. Yes.
As far as the second teamers you kind of been working with, especially in the scrimmage, any of them emerging at all?
Again, we saw some things in the scrimmage that that we thought we needed to improve on, and when we grade the film, and that's one of the things I won't ever talk about how a kid graded out or anything like that. That's between us and them. But yeah, we've seen guys improve, and that's what you got to do. If you're going to build depth, and certainly, particularly, at my position, linebackers, I certainly feel a lot better about the depth right now than I did, the last week of spring practice. We've D. Walker has missed some time, and he's back out there. Before he missed time, he was doing really well. And that gave Bumper Pool an opportunity to switch over and play some on the weak side, and he's certainly shown well there. So I feel better, in terms of the numbers of depth that we have, and certainly if we can keep our guys healthy up front, we're going to be able to play 5 defensive tackles. We're going to be able to play at least 6 defensive ends, and that's a good starting place.
Hey, Coach, I know that Joe Fouché and Miles Mason are 2 guys that Coach has really singled out as freshmen who have impressed him. What have you seen from these safeties?
Well, I had to say the same thing as the head coach said. They've impressed us all. There's no doubt about that. But no, they're both talented young men, and they've been quick to learn. They're freshmen right now, and we got to just keep growing them. But they, we knew they were talented when we had the opportunity to recruit them, and certainly I think both of them will be really, really fine players in the SEC.
Coach, how many corners can you play? You seem depth there.
We got 4 that we feel real good about, and then we got some other guys that are coming, and I'm not going to separate them for you, but there's no doubt we got 4 corners that we feel comfortable playing in the game.
Getting to know Dre Greenlaw since you've been here, and his backstory, just what do you think of him as a young man, and I'm sure he's shown it for you?
Well, I think he's had the right people in his life. There's no question about that, and I'm familiar with most of his story. There's no question about that, but he's a young man that has excelled, and a young man that has done well. He's taken the talents that the good Lord's blessed him with, and he's worked hard, and he's grown, and not just as a football player, and I can't tell you how much he's grown as a man. Our time together hadn't been that long, but he's a mature young man. He's not just a football player. He's a mature young man.